Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna be making this video. This is gonna be the third time I did this because I'm not gonna edit this. I'm gonna straight upload this from my phone. Sorry, I have like a hiccup. Straight upload this from my phone, and yeah, I'm okay. Let's get to it. Okay, so it's gonna be the second time I'm telling this story. Okay, so California. I'm from California, so you have to be 16 to be able to drive. Okay, so my 16th party rolls around, and I'm like, you know what? Well, I want to do this summer when I'm 16. I'll just wait a little bit and do it later because my mom drops me off at school before she goes to work. My brother can pick me up. I have, well, when my dad lived here, he could pick me up too. My friend drives, like she was willing to drop me off at home, or or I walk home. Not that big of a deal. I've done it before, so I wasn't too worried. I was just like, you know what, I'll just wait till I'm 17. Then that time rolls around. Okay, so 17 rolls around, and I'm like, you know what? Save the money. It's $500 for driver's ed. Might as well just save the money, wait till I'm 17 and a half, because you can be 17 and a half and go take your permit test. So I did that at 17 in like a month before my birthday, so almost 18. And so I went to go take the permit test. So make an appointment online if you're going to register as a new driver. To make the appointment online. Key, do not walk in, because they do not accept that as of 2014. Next, make the appointment online, walk in, sign yourself up, be ready to take the test. Okay, what I did was study 5 days before my test. I'm gonna be honest. Study five days before my test. Walk in, extra nervous, because I'm like, you know what, I need to start driving, and this is what it comes down to. And if I don't pass it, then I suck, and you know what, I need to get my life together. So I was nervous, right? Signed up for my test. I'm there at the booth. I'm nervous. I want to sit down because that's what I want to do when I'm nervous, I guess. I just wanted to sit down, but the booths, you have to stand up. So I'm standing up, put my finger, the test is ready to go. I'm again, I'm really nervous. So here I am clicking through the test, the test starts. So then like first couple questions, super easy, super like, what it is, like how many miles per hour do you drive through a residential area? 25. If you're hauling something in the back, how fast can you drive in the freeway or something like that? 55. Oh no, residential is 25. Sorry, I don't know if I said 55 or 25. But yeah. So I'm like, you know what? That's what it is. So I get to like the 8th question, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't really know any of these, because then it starts asking stuff that I don't know, because like I said, I just scanned through the permit handbook. So I was like, oh, great. So I started counting on my fingers how much I got wrong. So I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then I got over 10, and I was like, you know what? I failed. But before I knew it, I was already over with the test. I think there was like 43 to 46 questions, or 42, somewhere in the 40s. No more than 50. No more than 40. Okay, no more than 46. So 46 and under, if you're under the age of 17. But if you're over, 18. If you're over the age of 18, you have 36 questions. So, okay. So I'm there, and then it says in big letters, you failed. And I'm like, so it made me feel kind of sad. So then, I left. So then I scheduled my test again. I want to go take it, but I practiced more. I reviewed more. I took more time. I didn't scan through it. I actually read. So I actually read like like 100 and like what 70 pages in like in a matter of in a couple days, because in a couple days passed and I went to go take it again and I passed. So that's my story. Okay. Yes, I was nervous the whole time and I never thought I would pass. Thought I would have to take it like 5 million times until I passed, because I wanted to beat my brother, but my brother only took it once. No, he took it 4 times and I only took it twice. Okay, but that's not fair because he went to driving school. So okay, so here are the tips. Do not study last minute, because that's what I did. I studied 5 days before my test. 5 days before my test, and I just scanned through it. I did not read it. I just scanned through it. And take your time. Read the actual handbook on the DMV website. Like mine would be called like DMV of California. So if you live in Florida, it would be like DMV of Florida. I'm choking on my saliva. So make sure it's like the real handbook, because I read it off some other website, the PDF file on my phone, and it was a completely different one from like, I don't know, a couple years ago. So I didn't really have like the questions. So make sure it's the accurate year and the one from your state. Yeah. 2. Before my test, I asked my cousin like, oh, what did you do to like help you pass your test? Because he passed it on the first try. And he said, practice test. So I was like, okay. So I went home, you know, a couple days before my test. After I rescheduled it, I Googled some like DMV California practice question tests. So I Googled them, I took them, I practiced over and over and over until I memorized them. And, you know, like until I memorized them, because I took them from different sites. Ones that asked different questions, ones that asked up to 40 questions, 10 questions, 50 questions. It's like a bunch of different questions that they keep asking. I know there's an app on the phone that you can download that like gives you different questions, so you can do that. Next tip is review. So like this basically like tip number 2, kind of like the practice test online, like on the DMV website, because I know the DMV website has them. Just Google like DMV permit test, practice test, something like that. And yeah, I took maybe about 15 different tests to help me memorize the different questions that they're probably going to ask, because I know they ask different questions every single time. So that's why if I got a question that I didn't really remember reading from the book, then I can just remember it from practicing over the practice test. Tip number 4. So if you have a family member that also has passed their permit test, like an older brother or sister, or mom and dad, grandpa, cousin, ask them for tips, ask them what they did. You know, that's what I did with my cousin. I asked my mom, my dad, not my brother, because I think my brother was still in boot camp by then, or I don't know where he was. So I asked, I had them ask me questions like you know, like I said, what's the highest, how many miles per hour can you drive in a residential area? I had them ask me certain questions that they remembered, just in case it wasn't the test. So tip number 5, stay positive, because if you're positive, then I can assure you that you're gonna pass your test. Because the first test I went in negative. I was like, you know what, I'm already gonna pass this. I didn't practice at all, but if I pass it, I passed it. But I was being negative. Second time I went in, I was like, I'm positive. You know, I practiced, I read the book, I reviewed, you know, I did all this stuff, so I'm positive. Like, I'll at least not miss 8 or 9, because you cannot miss over 8. Tip number 6. If you take it on the paper, I suggest you take it on the paper. But if you want to take it on the computer, that's your what's it called? Opinion. I don't know. It's almost midnight. I'm kind of tired. But it's like your thing. If you want to take it on the computer, you can take it on the computer. But I took it on the paper because I was able to skip questions. Because if I did question 1, I can go to question 1, and then if I got stuck on number 2, then I can skip number 2, go to 3, 4, 5. If I don't know 6, then I can skip it 7, 8, 9, and then I finish it, and then after I finish it, I can go back to number 2 and number 6. You know what I mean? Or if like I kind of second guess it and I'm like, you know what, like I'm not sure about this one because this question asked this, and it kind of gives it to the answer to number 4, and it kind of gives it to the answer to number 8. So like that's why I prefer the paper. But you can prefer whatever you want, but this is what helped me the most. So yeah. And also do not be sad or disappointed or mad at yourself if you do not pass your permit test, because I definitely was. I felt like failure. I was like, what kind of person does not pass their test? That is like super easy. Do not feel like that. It's fine. They're there because they want you to be a safe, cautious driver. They do not want you to fail. They want you to pass your test, but they also want you to know that you know basic road rules. So yeah, that's all I have to say, because I did feel kind of down on myself, but you know what, I felt better about it. Just don't put yourself down too much, because then you're gonna be negative Nelly. Anyways, yeah, okay, I'm gonna film a part 2 on how to pass your driving test. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out my part 2 later. I like my hair. Anyways, I'll talk about it in a vlog. I'll see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe and comment some questions, because I want to do like a Q&A. And make sure to follow my Instagram. Talk to you guys later. Bye.